You can see forever in all directions. If only you look, she said. You can see forever in all directions. You can see forever.
Well, we're now in Pushkar, the land of temples and kites and spiritual people in search of enlightenment. And everyone said, it's funny, as this journey goes on, they expected us to get stronger and stronger. It was happening until India, and we got here. As soon as we left the mountains, the pollution really got to us. It's been quite intense. It's been hurting our throats, it's been destroying our lungs, it's been stopping us from cycling, it's been giving us colds. And that, combined with a couple of good doses of food poisoning each, have left us a lot weaker than we've been in a long time. We've had enough of cycling here, and with the food poisoning that we've both had, we haven't got the time to make it to Bombay on bicycle before the boat goes. It leaves in only a few days' time, so we've got no choice now. Tomorrow morning we're going to go down to the local train station and see if we can get a ticket on a train that will take us down to Bombay and take us down to our ship that's going to take us hopefully into some cleaner air over the ocean and take us to Singapore, which from what we've heard is an altogether cleaner place. Glad they made it. Obviously it was the sacking that kept them safe, but now we're in Bombay and we've got to find our way to the other side of town. Bicycles still in one piece, about, unlike me. Of course we're in India, so never forget the paperwork. There you go. Thank you. Thank you very much.
This also was started 4 years ago. This is the 4th year in a row that we are celebrating the Christmas. Thank you very much. Santa, please come.
We thought we'd be getting away from it all this year, but it doesn't seem the case here in Bombay. This is Christmas Day celebrations, Indian style.
Well, it's really amazing today because we've been on the Indian subcontinent now for nearly half a year, and that's the sea over there, as you know. One of those ships out there is the ship that's going to be taking us all the way to Singapore.
We never said that we would cycle every inch of the way between London and Sydney. There are hundreds of cyclists who've done it before us, and there are thousands who'll do it after us. We were never trying to break a record or cycle the longest distance ever cycled. It was all about just trying to get home to Australia using the most sustainable forms of transport we could. The bicycle, ferries, trains, ships. The mission was to try to do it all without using an aeroplane.
It feels amazing to be surrounded by so much water here. It's just an incredible sense of space. After being in India for a few months, which is the most crowded, polluted place I've ever been in my entire life, this is the complete antithesis of India. It's an amazing change from coming from the centre of Bombay, which is really crowded, really busy and really noisy, into the middle of this ocean, which is empty. It's completely empty of people, and that's so incredible after all our time in India.
We're cycling and sailing from England to Australia because we believe it's better for the environment than flying. What are your thoughts on global warming and climate change?
We see already today the results that the weather situation is changing. I live in Norway, but also stay very frequently in Thailand, and I can see the whole weather situation. In Norway is totally, not totally, but you can get rain in December and no snow, and for all the history has been snow in December, you know, like in Thailand there's usually no raining in the December, January, it's pouring down, you know, so that is that's the reason. It's too much pollution, you know, especially from the cars, I believe, you know, and the aeroplanes.
It's taken us about 3 days to get from Bombay right down here, and we woke this morning to find the sea really choppy, and it's the roughest it's been yet on the voyage. And we think this is because we're meeting the Bay of Bengal, so we've got two giant oceans of water crashing together at the bottom. And then from there we head right out into the middle of the ocean, the Bay of Bengal, and all the way down this strait to Singapore, which is our destination in a couple of days.
We're on this cargo ship as opposed to a ferry because basically there aren't any ferries or liners that we could afford that run from India into Southeast Asia, until we went to a website for a company called the Cruise People in London, and they specialise in putting people on board cargo ships. And they had a quick look for us and they came up with this ship which was leaving around the right time for us, around the end of the year, and was going all the way down to Singapore, so for us it was absolutely perfect.
This wonderful warm water has only just been pumped from the middle of the Indian Ocean into this swimming pool, so it couldn't be fresher or cleaner. And that's exactly what our lungs need after 3 months in the dusty, polluted streets of India.
You can see